Connections, day 3.
Good morning, kids.
How about this crowd? People out bright and early, 9 a.m. after a very lengthy cloud crawl last night, Joel Book.
Jeffrey, I want to give props to you. Nobody shows up earlier for day 3 than you do.
That's only because I didn't go to bed until about 3, and I made a lot of bad decisions, Joel Book.
Well, no, you absolutely touched all the bases last night. Did everybody have a good time at Cloud Crawl last night?
How many folks went up in a hot air balloon at our friends Trendy Minds?
Yeah.
All right.
How many of you were able to ride the elephant over at the Indianapolis Zoo?
Was that on the list? I don't. Oh, you did that on your own.
I was over there on my own, Jeff. I didn't realize.
I do want to point out, Mr. Chip House, ladies and gentlemen, hit the bell on the strongman on the first try. Chip, stand up. I mean, that's a round of applause. Chip also has been the brains behind organizing our customer interviews for the pre-show. We also want to give a shout out to Amy Babbitt, Jessica Thomas for helping us wrangle all of our wonderful customer speakers. And Joel, I think it's about that time that we start talking to them. Sound good?
It is about that time, but there are 2 other people that deserve high praise.
Yes.
They're in the back of the room. Ladies, you can hear us right now. Please put your hands together for the wonderful makeup artists, Ella and Kim, who just made us look fantastic. This doesn't happen by accident.
This is not natural at all. She really saved all of us from a real catastrophe.
Absolutely.
Joel, you're heading out in the audience.
I am. Let's get this candle.
I'm inviting our good friend from Cedar Fair, Daryl Powers, come on up. Folks, you might not recognize the name Cedar Fair, but if you've been to the roller coaster capital of the world in Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point, you know their top property. If you live in Cincinnati, Kings Island. If you're out in California, Knott's Berry Farm. What are some other ones that you've got around the states?
Kings Dominion, Richmond, Virginia, Carowinds in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm based. Canada's Wonderland in Toronto.
All of Canada is really a wonderland.
Yeah, it's special.
It is. Near and dear to my heart. So I'm very excited to talk to you. I've been a long-time fan, long-time customer of Cedar Point, having grown up in Northeast Ohio, Northwest Ohio. It's interesting, as we were talking, you've really got 2 types of customer journeys you're dealing with if you focus just on the Cedar Point property.
Absolutely. So actually, for Cedar Point, we actually have 3. We have 5 resort hotels there as well. So, but for the 2 journeys we actually are talking about, it's really the guest buying the tickets or the season passes, and that pre-arrival experience that we want to deliver for them, and that post-visit experience. But there's also the journey in the park. What are they doing throughout their day? What are they doing with their children? What are they doing with their friends? Making moments, creating their Facebook, their social, and just letting folks know what type of time they're having at our park. So there's 2 journeys that we try to focus on, and we really are in our infancy stage with our CRM efforts to get folks through those journeys. So one of the things that's been really core is really partnering with our IT team to really peel back that onion skin and say, where are we broken? Where can we fix things to impact that journey throughout the process?
And how are you leveraging the ExactTarget Marketing Cloud right now to assist with those journeys?
Well, we certainly use a lot of email. We send a lot of email through our newsletter communications, through our pre-arrival triggers, our post-visit triggers. We do a lot of one-day sales, so we're very timely and reactionary. So weather is certainly dependent of our business. Most of our parks are only open for about 150 days a year. So we have 150 days to sell out those parks and put butts in roller coasters. One rainy weekend can really take you down. So a lot of one-day sales, a lot of trigger events to get folks back into the park.
And how is social playing in the parks now that everybody's got their mobile device with them as well?
We've actually done some walking around the parks, and we just did some customer journey work. The folks really aren't bringing their phones into the park. If they're on their phones, they're really texting somebody where their location is, but they're not walking through the park texting. They're not walking through the park posting. They may take selfies while they're in line, that type of thing. We are looking to get folks more engaged in our Fun TV network, our in-park TV network that we just launched.
And it's also like a post-park experience then they're sharing afterwards?
It's mostly a post-park experience, and I think where that will come into play is really development of the mobile app, right? Being able to do things with the mobile app. In terms of pre-arrival, getting them into the park, talking about weather, things that may be impactful to them. Social itself is still at the park level, and we don't want to take it away from the parks because every park has its own brand persona, and we don't want to centralize that and make that too corporate.
Great. Well, we'll have you come back next year. We'll talk a little bit more about the mobile app. And one plug for the new coaster coming to Cedar Point. How do you pronounce it?
Rougarou?
Rougarou.
Yeah, the coaster to come to, though, is Fury 325 down in Carowinds. It's the longest and fastest Giga coaster in the country, 95 miles an hour.
All right. I will gladly be there. Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Powers. Thank you. Appreciate it. Joel.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Well, we go from roller coasters to beauty products. Alongside the absolutely beautiful Dina Singleton, Global Marketing Director for Elizabeth Arden. Dina, you were absolutely amazing on yesterday's marketing leadership panel with Lisa and Katie. Talk to us a little bit about Elizabeth Arden, the company, and your go-to-market strategy.
So Elizabeth Arden is a more than 100-year-old company that is actually created by an actual woman, Elizabeth Arden, and our heritage is based on her motto that the birthright of every woman is to be beautiful. So we offer skincare, cosmetics, and fragrance products through department stores, so Nordstrom's, Macy's, department stores that you know of, as well as online. And our beauty advisors that work at those department stores around the country and around the world are really our number one connection to our beauty, to our consumers every day.
And when we talk about the ExactTarget Marketing Cloud and the way that you're leveraging that, you're in an amazingly competitive category, Dina. Talk a little bit about the different components of the Marketing Cloud that you're using, because I know social is absolutely an incredibly important channel for you.
Social has been incredibly important for us, especially as we are more than a 100-year-old company. We're really focused on making sure that the modern woman, that the women today, women that we have here around in the audience, and also men as well, are able to really connect and experience our products. So social, and in particular, we've been using Buddy Media, this new social studio property, to really help us connect with our consumers on a global basis. So whether this is a woman that is in Singapore, Australia, South Africa, or here in Indianapolis, she really is able to experience and interact one-on-one with the Elizabeth Arden brand.
Well, and I know from what you mentioned yesterday, one of your major objectives is to also continually build your audience, build your database of consumers that use your products, and email is going to become increasingly important there. Talk a little bit about the strategy.
Sure. So while we are able to connect with her from a social perspective, our focus then is bringing her through that journey and connecting her on via our websites and then also through email. So we're able to feed that data there and then really develop that deeper relationship in terms of connecting with her in terms of special targeted emails, communication, and so that she really is able to find out anything about Elizabeth Arden, whether it be special offers, new products, special events that we're doing at our department stores. So we're able to, so that data feeds through that journey, and then we're able to have that one-on-one relationship with her.
Well, and I think that also sets up some interesting cross-promotion with your chain of Elizabeth Arden or the Red Door Spas, correct?
Absolutely. Our Red Door Spas, which we have about 30 that are located here in the United States, provides a different experience. So it's your traditional spa experience, massages and facials, and there she truly is able to experience what Elizabeth Arden is all about. And that information and data that we are able to learn there, of course, becomes a part of the overall data that we have on our consumers as a whole, and feeds so much information for us, and really, again, helps us develop that one-on-one relationship. So whether she's at our counter, she's finding out about us via Facebook, or she is finding out about us via the spa, we're able to build that centralized view of our consumer.
What an amazing customer experience. Dina, thanks so much for being here. Dina Singleton, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dina. Jeffrey, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Joel. I am here with Paul. He is the Senior Director of CRM for TripAdvisor, and TripAdvisor is the largest travel site in the world?
Travel site, yeah. We have about 280 million unique monthly visitors. So.
And what are all of the different services that you're offering through the site, and how are you trying to drive consumers on the conversion side? What is the conversion for you?
Well, the main value proposition of TripAdvisor, obviously, is all the user content. We have, over many years, a decade or more, we have more than 170 million reviews and opinions, so you can really find and make the best decision for whatever you're looking to do, whether it's hotel, restaurant, or attraction. And we've, over the past few years, really moved from kind of deciding, just supporting what hotel you might want to stay at, to helping you actually book that through a partner, or more recently with the instant booking product, we actually take the credit card and help you complete the transaction, so it's one stop. And you're done.
Excellent. So the customer journey is an interesting one because you want the transaction, but you also want more engagement after the first transaction. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yes, we think of the overall customer journey probably, from my perspective, in three parts. One is trying to keep all of our members kind of engaged over the course of the year. We may travel a few times a year, but really we want to keep be top of mind in the mind of the consumer. So we have a variety of products that go out and try to keep people engaged and do some personalization and stuff like that. And then as people enter the searching and the booking process, we do a lot of support for that to help you really decide what's the best hotel for you, do a lot more recommendations and kind of move you through that part of the process. And then after that, we do quite a bit, a lot of gamification activities and things to help drive the content collection and get more reviews in, which kind of feeds on itself. And you make better decisions about where you want to stay, then you'll write a review, and it all kind of feeds and gets that big flywheel turning.
Sure. What level of personalization are you deploying in email? If I'm on the site, I'm searching, I want to be going to Italy or something like that, how does that play in email, or how does it play in other channels? How might that manifest itself visually as folks are surfing the web, exploring travel sites?
Yeah, so hopefully you'll tend to see that the destinations we suggest to you, depending what you're doing, are relevant or in the ballpark. I think it's very difficult to make the perfect recommendation for someone, but if you can get in the ballpark and recommend a set of things that are really applicable and relevant, and then we'll move beyond that and bring in pricing and really try to make everything in fresh review content and try to bring that as relevant as we can to the consumer.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I think you've got a bunch of customers in the audience. Really do appreciate the time. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Briggs. Thank you. Joel, get back up here.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Always great to see Paul Briggs. Has been with us from the very, very beginning.
Joel, I actually have an urgent alert.
Is this a public service announcement?
This is a public service announcement. If we can bring up the picture on screen.
Oh, my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this burger has lost its owner. Chester Bullock tweeted this earlier this week. It has not yet been reunited with its owner. So if this is your burger, report to the check-in and to claim it. We'd hate to see that left
They can
on Georgia
redeem
Street.
it, absolutely. Then that looks delicious, too.
Now, Joel, we've come to the part of our program. I'm a little bit sad. It's the last time we get to do this.
Well, Jeff, wipe the tear from your eye, because it's that time again. Let's welcome back our old friend. You know it, you love it, you cannot live without it. It's our old friend, the Safe Harbor Statement, right here.
The Safe Harbor Statement. Folks, don't rely on us for investment advice, only your trusted investment advisors.